Hi, gang. The Zen Ginger first in. Then our buddy Chewy. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you, 2 here, 2 likes. Great way to start. Just took Bolo out. I have those transition lenses, mainly because where am I going to put a separate set of sunglasses? Really, when everything is said and done. So they'll turn lighter here in a few minutes. I just got done taking Bolo for a very long walk. He wanted to go for a big walk, and so that's good. I hope that you are having a great Saturday. I hope you're getting stuff done in the fish room. I already have. I've had this rack. Cody-san, welcome. I have this rack that I bought like a week ago that I didn't put up until now. I put it up about 2 hours ago. It looks great. I have to be somewhere. The live stream will be done at 1. I've got to feed my fish. I've got brine shrimp ready to go. I may set up the 4 of the 10-gallon tanks, or at least rinse them out and put them in place. And I don't think I'll get much further on it because at 3, I have to leave. I have to eat something, and I'm going to a Christmas parade. Christmas parade, everybody. My company does, I don't know, depends where you're at. Christmas parades, really, really a big deal in certain parts of the country. Otherwise, not so much. Hey, Griffin Fish Room. Hey, welcome to the live stream. And no problem. Lurk or not lurk, I really appreciate you guys being here. And I always enjoy hanging out doing these live streams. I hate missing them. So the wacky Christmas parade starts at 5:30, and it's about a half hour away. So it's the last one of the year. Thank God. 4 in 1 week, I had to be at 2 of them. And I had people on vacation and stuff like that. So I volunteered to do this one right here on Saturday. And mainly because I have 2 of my people have like freelance gigs that are like at the same time. So, hey, I'm not a jerk. I'm not an idiot. Usually I try to be fair to everybody. So I'll work it. I have no problem working it. I ask my people to work stuff. Why not me? You know what I'm saying? Whenever you have that weekend stuff kick in. By the way, thumbs up. We've got 2 thumbs up. I appreciate that. And no problem, Chewy. Thanks for lurking. And Chewy's restoring old video TV footage of Rush and from your high school days. You see, there you go. Rush, great band, great Canadian band. And of course, I watched earlier today, just to give my Canadian peeps a shout out, I watched Bob and Doug McKenzie sing the 12 Days of Christmas. And if you've not heard that, go to YouTube, find that out. Daniel Keeping Fish, welcome to the live stream. Great to have you here. Great to have you on this day. It's in the Estados Unidos, in the United States of America. This is sort of a big day for college football fans. This is college football championship, conference championship weekend. Not all the conferences do it, but it's big here. Valley Fish, what's going on? How's Iowa? You're in Iowa, right? Am I right? I'm confused. If I had that wrong. All I can say is this. Is that my, now that I'm getting set up with the fish room, I have to set up more breeders and more stuff. So here's what I'm going to do with the 4 tanks I'm going to set up tomorrow. I have to order some shrimp caves. I'm going to move a couple of the fire reds over into one of these. And then I'm going to order some more shrimp. I'm going to put that in those tanks. I've got to have the shrimp caves. And then I'm going to set up 4 breeding setup. And Codyson from Iowa too. Lots of Iowans. This morning, by the way, it was like 23 degrees in Joplin, Missouri. So it was colder than a grave diggers took us. Bolo, my dog. Let me just tell you, this morning's walk, pretty quick. And Kentucky, excellent. And I know Chewy's in Canada, and Daniel keeping fish. You're in, is it Scotland or Wales, or you're in a cool place, and so it's all good. Glasgow, Scotland. There you go. There you go. I knew it was Scotland, but for whatever reason, it was just going from there. And yeah, so my whole process here is I've got to set up the breeders. I'm going to set up 2 more breeders with the Super Reds in these new tanks, and then I'm going to set up a tank of. I have that one I've shown him in a bunch of my videos. I have a male that I've been waiting, swordtail male that I've been waiting to develop. I'm going to give him his own tank with a couple of ladies, and so a couple of lady guppies. And I've got to order some shrimp. So I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. Do I want to get the yellow ones, or do I want to go with Blue Dreams, or do I want to go with those Taiwanese red and white ones? The substrate's dark. That's sort of a thing that's going. Do I really want Blue Dreams on a dark substrate? Hey, Jesse, HC Agua, I really enjoyed your video earlier this week, by the way. It was very, very cool. And HC Agua, are you a member of the IFGA? You may have told me that before. I was just curious. Just curious. Yeah, so so I'm setting those up. I have one empty 10 still here. I'm going to set up another trio of the other line of swordtails. And then I'm on my way to the races. I have 4 more 10s to set up. I'll do that in the coming weeks. Interesting. Your Blue Dreams are, you see my Fire Reds, they're breeding like crazy fish. I mean, crazy shrimp. They are just, let me just tell you, I don't need to play any Barry White or Usher. Usher, depending on your generational type of thing, to get my shrimp in the mood. I hope I'm not far away from my plecos from getting a little loving going on. Yeah, it's I will tell you about the IFGA. A couple of things. By the way, anybody who keeps guppies, you should really consider it because it's not an expensive club, but they have digitally, they have hundreds of pages of stuff of data on guppies. Some of it going back to the 1950s. It's very fascinating. Yeah, it's yeah, I got like 13. I ordered these off of Aquabid, to get 10 shrimp, and he sent me 13, or she sent me 13. I don't know if it was a man or a woman. Hey, Daryl Deemer in the house. All good. And I'm going to tell you that, my Super Reds are growing and hopefully at a pace to go from there. My Amica Splendens are growing out nice, except I really don't have any sexual I hope I don't have just all females. I bought 6, and Greg Sage of Select Aquatics is so kind to send me 8, and they're doing really well. I'm not doing real well keeping that aquarium looking good. I have to keep changing a lot of water because I feed them. Hey, no problem, Daryl. If you have to lurk, you lurk. I get it. You're babysitting. It's all good. Vinny the Mooch in the house. And I think we're all doing well today. And we're talking about fish. So yeah, I'm happy I got this rack up. I set it next to the fridge. And I've got to make sure it's level coming out before I start putting aquariums on there and filling them with water. So I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that after today's live stream, and hopefully we can go out and get that in place. Hey, 10 here, 5 likes. If you are enjoying, please hit like. Helps out the crew, helps out the channel. Yeah, so the prospect, of getting these, these aquariums set up, setting up these racks, by the way, doing it by yourself is really, I set the first one up, like about almost 2 years ago. So I pretty much knew what was going on. So it really wasn't terrible. And I got it up, it always takes like 20, 25 minutes to put those things up because each level you have to make sure everything is even. I wanted to measure up so the bottom row was high enough off the ground that I don't have to use a pump to get water out of it like I have to do with my current. And I'd rather get on a ladder to get up high for the 10 gallons. So, on the top levels to do those water changes. So other than that, that's the deal. So I'm pretty happy with what's going on with the fish room. And one of the things I have been doing, I've been taking as I got the hint on it from one of these live streams when you guys brought it up, and it was very, very good idea. Is that I've had some issues with hair algae, and so I am when I go to work, I turn off the lights. It's my hours changed, so I have to be at work now at 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. So, I get up about 4:15. You know how this goes. Because you got to start a new culture of baby brine shrimp, right? Of course. And, you got to make a pot of joe. You got to eat some breakfast. This week, on my first week doing this, I made a little bit of a mistake. One day is that I just said, wow, I could go out and really, really enjoy some eggs, and I have vegan sausage and toast. And by the beginning to end of that, that's like 40 minutes in the morning. So all of a sudden, I'm jumping in the shower, running to work, going from there. Christmas break from work. Griffin Fish Room's tearing down the tanks and moving them to the basement. Hey, by the way, I'm beginning to look for a house, and I want a basement for fish. And I'll put a couple of real show tanks on the first floor, but essentially I'm going to do the fish downstairs and set up my recliner down there so I probably have to get a bigger recliner, and I'll tell you why. Bolo, my dog, he's really frickin' spoiled. I have a great lazy boy recliner I cannot use. You know why? He doesn't like sitting on it because he wants to sit off to my left side. And since I'm such a lard butt, so it's go from there. So yeah, when I buy the house and get that going in on my first floor of the house, I'm gonna put right now where I have my shrimp and I have sort of my nano fish 55. I'm gonna get a 75 for that and use the 55 more as and I hate to seem like I'm taking this from somebody, but okay, I am stealing from Michael's Fish Room. I'm going to do a mutt guppy tank where I'll just move stuff in there and colony breed and allow males to grow out. So that's sort of the deal there. That's what I'm going to end up doing with the 55. I'm really happy with all that sort of stuff. All that sort of stuff. So Bolo's now moved to lay on the cushion next to me. His hair is growing out. I'm allowing it to grow out for winter because he has not been in cold weather. It gets a little more cold here than I was in Little Rock. The coldest weather he ever got in Little Rock, there was a couple of days of 15 degrees, which I think is like 8 below Celsius, if I'm not mistaken, for my Canadian and Scotland friends. And but Little Rock generally low as it got was about 30, perfectly fine. So I'm allowing his hair to grow out. He gets a lot of hair, Absolutely a lot of hair. So, as I go out, and the other thing I don't have really a winter coat. I probably have to do that. Big J's Fish Keeper, welcome to the live stream. Great having you here. We got 13 in, 8 thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And, the process of getting everybody involved, getting that whole setup with the new aquarium. Uh-oh, we got news. Let's see what happened. We got a news thing. It's on the weekend, so it's usually something big. Let's take a look. Let's see. It's about the guy who, the Saudi student who shot 3 people. And, he hosted the guy who shot at the Naval Air Station in Pensacola, who was from Saudi Arabia. This fellow, the night before, hosted a little party with his buddies. And what did they watch? They watched mass shootings. You can't make that up. All right, let's get back to fish. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And on the 4 others that I'll do out, I think I just have to set them up as grow out tanks, and just go from there. And so that's a good thing. And so I appreciate that and get that rolling. Yeah, Vinny the Mooch, I ain't getting any younger either, but I'll tell you something. As we all get older, I started to see this with my parents. My dad was, he always had a dog. He was always walking the dog. My mom was a little more sedentary, especially as she got older. And I really think that it's important to get out there and do the walking. Get the walking going. Keep moving. And, the more sedentary we become, it just, it's like using any muscle for any reason. You have to use it, or you begin losing it. And so, that's really an important thing, is to remain active, do that. I will tell you, when my dad had dementia at the end there, and they had a dog they loved, and they adopted her. She was an unwanted little dog, and she loved my old man. It's if my dad walked in from being out and she was sitting in your lap sleeping, as soon as that door opened, she was up following him around. And it was, she loved the old man, loved him a lot. So but when she died, my dad didn't want another dog, and my mom wanted another dog. And it was shortly after that my dad started to have his issues. Would another dog have kept him more vibrant and more stuff like that? Probably, because he would have been moving around. So when right after my mom passed away, I went and spent a few weeks with my dad. And I said, well, Dad, let's go for a walk. And he was just not steady anymore. And it was just, really, it was tough to see. So the more movement you can do, it's something I certainly struggle with. You just have to go out of your way to move around and go do stuff. Because we all get stuck at work. I'm a desk jockey, so I'm sitting all day. I try to get up at least once an hour and walk around the building a couple of times. So there you go. So there's my public service announcement. So I ordered some more of Doug Gray's protein food for guppies. By the way, I highly endorse that. I'm just about out. I got he sent me some when I got the Roebuck Reds from him, and they love it, love it. So I ordered another thing from him. I'm gonna have to order. I like to feed besides baby brine shrimp, and I also have the worm cultures, but I have to sort of figure out the worm cultures thing. Aquafunk, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, exactly correct. You have to kick yourself in your own butt to get up and do stuff. And believe me, if there's a poster boy for procrastination, I mean, I had that rack in the bill in my apartment for 8 days before I put it up. I should have put it up on day. And I will tell you, Thanksgiving weekend, I was doing nothing. So I picked that up on Friday of Thanksgiving weekend, and I spent the Saturday and Sunday doing nothing, just tootling around the house. I didn't even do really good aquarium maintenance. So that's how lazy I was. But I did get some football watching. I guess that's fair, isn't it? I think that's fair. So I enjoyed that very much. So I've got this up. I'll get those aquariums going. I'll get those aquariums at least in place this afternoon, and I'll start the setup. I'll try to get water in and all that sort of stuff. Biggies, well, welcome. Great having you here, Biggies. Great having you as part of the live stream. So it's and again, thanks for the time change, guys and gals. I as a general rule, I try to be real consistent, but because of the Christmas parade, I can't. So it's everything else is normal the rest of the weekend. There you go, Aquafunk. Hey, trust me, that's gone through my mind a few times. I'll tell you what, setting up this rack, the dog woke me up at 6 a.m. on the nut. He wanted to go for his walk, so I had to give him his medicine. He's on heart medicine. Then I made breakfast. I made a pot of coffee, all that sort of stuff. And it's 8 a.m. and I'm sitting on the couch. I've already done I've already had my few cups of coffee. I've already had that sort of stuff. And I just sat there like a lump. And about 10 a.m. I'm going, I have to do this now. If I don't do this now. So I got up and put it together. It was fine. And I fed the fish for the second time. They're getting their third feeding right after the live stream today because we got baby brine shrimp. It's all ready to rock and roll. Ready to give them to them right now, but I'm with you. And the fish can wait a few minutes. They can wait a few minutes. So yeah, I do not. I have plenty of plants to move around. I've got to move some males out. I've got to pick these breeders. So it's all good. It really is. I'm pretty happy. So let's see here. Yeah, King and Queen cichlids are going live today. They're going up right after my normal time. So it'll be 8 Eastern, 7 Pacific, or 7 Central, I believe. Or you know what? They may have been going up at my time. Holy Capoli, let me find out. Hold on, I'm looking for you because this is the type of friend I am. And I think they did jump on my time. Hold on. Let me look. I'll move mine because I love them. I think the world of them. So they ain't going to be an issue. All right. Hold on. You know what? They're going on at the time I've been going on, which is boo. But I can move it up earlier. There's no reason for me not to. And I love Scott and Liz. I think the world of them. So that is that. And so I'll move mine to 6 Eastern. Yep, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific tonight, King and Queen singles. All right. And so today I've been doing all sorts of junk around the house. I'm doing like laundry because I have my clothes are dirty, and so I need to get that all set up. I'm also doing fish stuff. I just had a real common sense lunch. I had a veggie loaf, frozen meal. I of course heated up from Amy's, and it was delicious. So veggie loaf, mashed potatoes, and mixed veggies. Carrots and peas. Which, by the way, not my favorite, but they're fine. And so it was a nice vegan meal. I ate eggs for breakfast, so I'm not totally a vegan. And because I'm going in a Christmas parade tonight, and I will tell you, vegetarian and vegan foods to cook, they take a while. And so I'm going to have to eat something I really shouldn't be eating. So I've got to, at 3, I've got to go to the office, check to make sure the company vehicle has gas in it. Because we have several company vehicles. One of them, we had a couple of things to do that other people were doing. And I said, we'll take the old one. And the old one didn't start. So there you go. Excellent. Well, I'll be there. I'll be around. What time do the Vikings play? I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan, everybody. You can you can boo me or cheer me as it goes through. Alexa, what time does the Minnesota Vikings play on Sunday?
The Vikings will play the Lions at home tomorrow afternoon at 12 p.m.
Oh, at noon. Okay, noon Central Time. So that's good. I may actually have to go and watch it at a sports bar if it isn't on local TV here, because we've actually had the Vikings on local TV like several times. So which is really good. So I'm going to take a look tomorrow and see what's going on there, because I really don't want to go anywhere because I got stuff to do with these fish aquariums, and I just don't want to put it off anything. And yeah, looks like to me, yeah, nope, I'm not getting the Vikings here, so I may have to run to a sports bar. Yeah, when I was a child was when Fran Tarkenton played. My old man loved himself some Sir Francis. And he's sort of a poster thing for short quarterbacks. I don't think he's any taller than 5'9", 5'10". Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield are all Drew Brees is also a little guy, so I appreciate that. Not being a little vertically challenged myself. I'm horizontally and vertically challenged. So it's a sad, sad state of affairs. I was, I have both of those things going my way. So yeah, so that's what's going on with the fish room. Um, Somebody gave me a tip on a place to buy brine shrimp, and I'm going to give it a try. I'll let you guys know after I do see if it's as good as advertised. I did a video a while ago between brine shrimp direct, and I've purchased stuff from Your Fish Stuff off of eBay for my brine shrimp, and I get a half a gram or whatever it is, from them, every couple of months. Well, with all these tanks going up and all that sort of stuff, yeah, we need more likes, people. My goodness, please. Thanks, Aquafunk, for calling them out. Calling everybody out. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah. I see it now. Yep. I got it, Chewy. Um. So I've got to go and get these things up and running. I got some bigger water bottles to make brine shrimp with. That I think it was the Zen Ginger had suggested. Of how she was doing her brine shrimp hatches. I think that's who told me. And is that getting smart water and using those things, the bigger things. So I bought a couple of those. So I have to drink some smart water. I probably should do it over the weekend, and so I can have two of those ready to go as I get ready to have more of these aquariums up. My guess is I'll get these aquariums going, and I'll let and sort of how I do it um, is that I'll get the water going, I'll get everything flowing, I'll put the heater in the tanks, and then I will wait for about you know I wait for about a day or two with the heater, just allowing that to be at perfect temperature with the water, and then boom, get that going and turn those on. And then I allow it to run for several days, maybe up to a week before I put fish in. I let it run and, begin to get all that flow and all that sort of stuff going on. So it's all good. So, um, so the good news, I have all the plants I could ever need for those things. I have all the different deals for that, so it's all good. So, by the way, can I tell you about the TV commercials that drive me nuts? The thing where the spouse is buying a car for the other spouse. Really? You do a surprise gift of a car that your spouse doesn't know you're getting? Unless you're independently wealthy, of which I'm not. That ain't happening. You know, and especially for men giving it to women. My ex-wife, she wanted to know what the hell I was getting her. I said, well, it's not a present. It's not a surprise. And she goes, I want to know. I want this. I want that. I want it to look like this. So, no birthday was with a surprise deal. No, and then she would say ahead of time, I don't want flowers coming to me on Thanksgiving. Or not Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. Yeah, nuts. So that's sort of the deal there. Those commercials drive me nuts. So yeah, so we'll get those up and running. Tomorrow they'll be going. I'll have the heaters in. I'll start the heaters on Tuesday, maybe Monday night, and next Saturday I'll move fish over. And so I'll have four more tanks going on. On the empty tank I have right now, I'm setting up a breeder of the other line uh, of guppies. I'll just tell you is that the only male I was really hot on, he already set up with. I'm waiting to see other males develop in that line of swordtail. It's just going on from there. And so that is sort of what goes in. I don't know. And here's the other thing. In fact, I talked to Doug Gray. D Gray is his channel the other day. I got my Roebuck Reds from him. My Roebuck Reds, I'm getting a lot of females. And I asked him if that's normal, and he goes, no, I normally get 50-50. I'm looking at one tank, and again, I'll pull out all the plants. I am guessing I have 30, 40 fry in there, that are now, getting to the point where you want to set them up. And I will tell you that 30-40 fry, I have not seen one male fry yet, not one. The other tank, I see a couple of male fry, and when Doug sent them to me, it was one female that was like 3 months, and there was one female that's probably about 5-6 weeks old, and she's dropped. I lost one of the females. Actually, I've lost one in each tank. But I have seen males in that one, so I sort of want to set them up as like separate lines, so I can cross them 4 or 5 generations from now. But I may not be able to do that if I don't find a male in the other tank. And once I get all the plants out of them, I all of a sudden may see 3-4 males. So it's just what I see. That rolls. But I actually have to get rid of plants, these things, because my guppy tanks that have been up for now 3-4 months, they're like loaded. They're like, I mean, it's nothing but plants. So I've got to deal with that. So I'll pull out plants. I'll do water changes, all that sort of stuff, and really sort of clean it out. I think I have to go to how I do this. I'll give you sort of one of the things that I do. My older, or for my water changes, the clean water goes in the blue buckets. The dirty water goes in the orange buckets. And I think I have to buy another orange bucket. So I'll probably do that. Maybe I'll do that, tonight on my way back from the parade. Depends how late I am. I'm not big if it's, I think it starts at 5:30. So hopefully I'm home by like 8. So, so who knows? If I'm back by 7:30, I may zip over to Home Depot and pick up another orange bucket. You just can't go wrong with those things. The more buckets, the better. The other thing I need to get for the fish room, and I know that you guys probably, how many of you guys have wet dry vacuums? That can, if you spill water, if all of a sudden a tank has leaking to get the water off the floor. How many of you guys have that? Would love to go from there. So let's go through some of the chat here. And Calgary Aquarium Society, Chewy's working out restoring some old footage. One has Dr. Joanne Norton in it. And Dr. Norton wrote about the genetics of angelfish and was a founder of the ALA. Oh, very cool. Very cool. And Aquafunk would be nervous. Oh, Joanne Norton, don't worry. She's dead. So, by the way, I know I should make this a little more show busy, but when I get into my, when I buy the house and get that all set up, I will for these live streams. Because why should I make this show busy when I'm moving in, let's see, right now it's December, so January, February, March, April. 4 months I'm moving. 4 months. So next month I have to get the mortgage. Then I have not hired a realtor yet. I have to go interview realtors. Hey, Tater Salad, what's up? How's Denmark? Sushi, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. Now the party's just getting going. It's all good. So my so I'm setting up all these aquariums that I'm gonna have to move in 4 months, but I have no other choice. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing in at the beginning of the year when when our wacky friends at Petco have another sale, I have to go out of my way to get it's Sushi's birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. So here's what I have to do. I have to go and get a bunch of aquariums when it's at $1 a gallon sale. And I have to drive either to Springfield or Fayetteville because they don't have one here in Joplin. Joplin doesn't quite rate for a Petco yet, but we're pulling for it. So I'm going to go get that set up. I'll get the 75 gallon set up when I get into the, won't buy that till I close on the house. The first thing I'm doing in the new house, I'm like setting up aquariums and promptly moving fish. That's what I'm doing. And it's, I at night and on the weekend, that's what I'm going to be doing. Probably my first weekend there, I'll move all my stuff over. I'll have movers move everything over but the fish because I'm getting those aquariums up and running. Then get the fish over there and then rip the aquariums down here and go from there. So that's sort of like that's sort of my plan. So I'm looking for a home that has a full functioning basement. I want a home that's not older. I would like a home that was built in the last 15, 20 years. Just because it's more fuel efficient and all that sort of stuff. And that's what I want. That's what I want to do. So we'll get that up and running. And so I'm guessing when I get into the house, I'm going to go from 18 aquariums, which I'll have set up here very quickly, to, probably to 40 aquariums. And I'm going to try to slow myself down after that. I don't want to, at this point, I don't want to get to 60. But, who knows? Who knows how that goes? You know what I'm saying, guys? Aquariums, you can never stop just at 40, can you? I'm basically at 20 now. I'm going to be at 40 before you know it. And, it's our buddy Roberto at RLC Aquatics. He's telling me he's sending me, and I'm going to send him back some swordtail guppies, send him back a trio of swordtail guppies. He says he's sending me some pandas, which are great. So I'm kind of pumped up about that. So now I'm going to have, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, or actually 5 lines of guppies. One of the, I'm hoping with this male, and that you guys have seen the swordtail male that I've just been, he's like kind of purplish. He's all fluorescent. His sword did not develop really well, but now it is. So I'm setting him up with his half sisters, and my goal is to, is to get that line to breed consistently like him. That's the goal, because I think he's, and I'm just going to start a separate line of swordtails. So essentially, I'm going to have 3, 4 lines right from there. Persiclas always says, remember, if you want more tanks, get more tanks. That is a dangerous statement. And very, very, very dangerous statement indeed. It, it's like, I have my little dog, and the joke is about Pomeranians is that they're a potato chip dog. Once you have one, you want another. So here, by the way, I haven't shown Bolo. He's sort of asleep. Oh, there he is. What a good little guy. So there you go. So that yeah, he's a happy little guy. I am though on a waiting list to get his to get a girlfriend for him. It was supposed to be right around Christmas, but the breeder only had one of 3 litters. And so the father, you know, like fish, like dogs for me, is that you can never go wrong by getting the best quality you can get. But it's for health, it's for, beauty, it's for all those things. So the father of my female Pomeranian, he is the 2019 number 6 Pomeranian in the country. He's won a couple of Best in Shows. He's really a good looking, Pom. And so I have saved some of Bolo's reproductive fluid, and because he'll probably not be alive when she's old enough to breed, and because he's old, he's 12, and he has a heart condition. So his reproductive fluid I have saved, I have frozen. And so the first litter from her would be by him. So 2 years down the road, for all I know, I'm a year away from getting my female Pomeranian, but I'm on the waiting list. And in these types of things, you actually have to be. I actually received a reference and a recommendation from a Pom breeder. I'll let you know when I have pups. So the first litter will be with him, and a year later, I'll do a litter with a top show dog, since she's out of a top show dog. I'm still trying to figure out what to name her. I may have to just wait to see what her personality is like. If she's got a personality, then sometimes this guy had a personality from moment one. He was a take charge puppy. And let's see, someone just texted me. It's so it so when the female has puppies, first litter I'm going to keep a female out of her. One of little Bolo's puppies. His puppies, he's had some litters, and his puppies have very funny personalities. Very, very funny. So and they're sweet. So so that's sort of the deal there. I need to actually hit up Super Cichlids for more Guppy food as well. I love the Ultra Pellet. Cobalt makes that. I really like that, so I hit him up. Hey, thank you, Cody-san. Thank you very much. So that's one of the things that so that's a couple of things that I have going on in the fish room. I probably I'm pretty much set up. I have the heaters, the filters, the light bar for 4 aquariums. I have to get for the second 4. I have to get the heaters, the light bar, and the filters. And I probably have to order those filters first. Those things took 2 weeks to arrive. I may do that as soon as we're done, because I really like the ones that I got that have their own filter media. The sponge filter with the filter media chamber below. I think it really does a great job on these aquariums. So I really appreciate it. Cichlid King Aquatics. Well, there you go. Well, welcome home and welcome to the live stream. Great having you here. I've said hi to everybody, haven't I? I think so. And so that's cool. And so I really am I'm pretty happy with it. My snail eradication techniques have done really well. really have done well. So it's the guy, the assassin snails in the 55. They're murderers. They are just slaughtering snails, just left and right, carcasses everywhere. Actually, no carcasses. They eat those. It's shells, empty shells. I'm gonna have to get to the point where I get out a bunch of empty shells, but it's a little problematic. I'm a little scared of doing it because I have so many baby shrimp down there. I mean, it's just I don't want to take any out. I added up shrimp babies, by the way. I added up, including the adults, 60. And let me see. When did I get those? I'll let you know when I got those. Again, started off with 13. And we go to PayPal. Okay, and I'll let you know how many I got and how, and I've added 60. And there's more because there's shrimplets I haven't seen. You know what I'm saying? And so, all right. Okay. I need to go back further. I need to go back to...
Motion detected at your front door.
Did I get these in August? Well, let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at this, and I must not have paid these people through PayPal. Because I got them around the same time I got, this may have been mid-August, because I got the Guppies on August 15th. I'm going to go back to July, but for whatever reason, I don't think it was, I know it wasn't in July, because I had surgery, and I had not set up that aquarium at all. So yeah, that may be the deal. It's I may have bought them straight through a website. I thought I got them through Aquabid. So let me see if I sign into Aquabid. I know I got them through Aquabid. And I'll tell you what, I have at least 60. I mean, it's just the bottom of this 55 is just covered with a little bit of hair algae and sort of like this. So let's see what I have here. I'm logging in. Let me see what I have purchased. And do they have a history on Aquabid? And let's see here. I am looking here. I can't tell when I did it, which is bizarre. I'll have to go through my bank account, which I won't do now because that'd be way too much of a pain in the ass. Anthony's Fishy Friends, welcome to the live stream. Great having you here. Thanks again, guys. 16 here. Guys and gals, 16 here, 14 likes. It's all good. All good indeed. I'm pretty happy with with what's going on. Yeah, so my fish room is really big today. I've got all that stuff going on. I know we all have our own little projects we're doing with the fish room. So it's been just about an hour. I've got to get some stuff done. Thank you guys showing up early for my live stream. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you have a great weekend. And I'll have a video out tomorrow on Wednesday. Thanks a lot for watching Mob Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. Join the mob today. Please subscribe.